Oscar De La Hoya, I do believe he's really questioning Devin Haney's chin at this point from the Ryan Garcia fight. During a recent interview, De La Hoya said, I think Devin has his hands full because he's coming off of a devastating knockout. Now, I don't know why Oscar De La Hoya is saying a devastating knockout. Devin Haney absolutely was not knocked out. He didn't get knocked out in the fight. So I don't know if he misspoke or I don't know. Oscar felt he was knocked out, but that's not what happened. He was knocked down several times, yes. Hurt several times, yes. But the word knockout doesn't say what really happened. Just wanted to correct that. So is he going to come in the ring thinking, oh my gosh, what happened to me in my last fight against Ryan? Wait a second, I have to fight Ramirez. What am I going to do? It's somewhat confusing in Devin's head. He goes on to say, is he going to hit me? Am I going to be knocked out? Is my chin still the same? When you get knocked out as a fighter, your confidence just drops. Haney showed heart. Heart is different. The chin, you can't repair the chin. It takes away from your confidence. Let's just put it this way. I could build a wall with bricks and put some nice cement, water, and everything. But over time, it's going to deteriorate. Over time, it's going to fall apart. Can Devin's chin withstand those strong punches? Can his chin be able to take those left hooks and rights over time? Over time, it's like chipping away at a rock. Eventually, you turn it into a pebble. Will we see Devin Haney with the confidence and the chin? I don't know. So I think that's a fair assessment from De La Hoya. I've said much of the same. Devin is in between a rock and a hard place, and he's going to have to show something. Point blank, period. A lot riding on this fight, even though this is kind of a warm-up fight. Guy coming off a loss, 140-pounder, but you're fighting at 144. Devin is the younger fighter. Devin probably rehydrates more. Devin, I seen when he had the grand arrivals with Jose Ramirez, he kept saying, oh, you look small, you look small. I don't know why Devin keeps doing that, because he's already been called out for being kind of a weight bully. So to keep saying that your opponents are small, like he did an interview and he said Tank Davis is small. Then why do you want to fight him if he's so little? You're saying Ramirez is small. Lomachenko is small. Kambosos is too small. Regis Prograis is too small. And then you're on the snack program, rehydrating 30 pounds or whatever. I don't think that's a good look, but that's a sidebar. But what De La Hoya is saying is pretty true. At the end of the day, Devin is going to have to show his level and show that he has the resolve to bounce back from the Ryan Garcia fight. Boxing works like that. Boxing is fickle. And what De La Hoya is saying is not wrong. When your chin is gone, it's just what it is. Your chin, I've seen it. I've seen it where guys were able to take a punch and then, I don't know, it's like an anomaly. It's like weird. I've seen it where a guy was known for having an iron chin and then all of a sudden they just can't hold up to no shots, or it just don't look the same. Like even a guy like Jarrett Hurd, right? You look at prime Jarrett Hurd when he fought against Edeslandi Lara. He looked like a machine, and like he was just walking through everything, walking through shots. Nothing seemed to really faze him. And, you know, having that type of style, thinking you're going to just walk through shots, it's usually not good for the longevity of your career. Another fighter that comes to mind outside of Jarrett Hurd is Joe Joyce. Joe Joyce, he was looking like a machine. He was fighting Daniel Dubois, and everything Dubois threw, Daniel Dubois can crack. You've seen that in his fight with Anthony Joshua, right? So he got power, and Joe Joyce stopped him, and it was like kind of walking through all of his shots. Now, after so many fights like that, and the Zhang fights especially, Joe Joyce don't seem to have the same chin. He getting dropped by an older Derek Chisora and things of that sort. So it's going to be very telling to see what version of Devin Haney shows up. How much did he learn in the last year? How much Can one improve? How does he respond to shots? There's just so many questions. And I really feel anybody who says they definitively know, like, you could be a diehard Devin Haney fan, but realistically, you do not know how he's going to respond to hard shots. You know what I mean? It's like you see people who did tours in Iraq and come back from wars and the military and seeing all of what they've seen. Some of them have night terrors, PTSD. They are paranoid. They go off if they hear fireworks, you know, because it reminds them of the battlefield, all types of stuff like that. And you don't know what's going to trigger you until you're in those situations. Me, I don't know, because I don't know how much Jose Ramirez has, because it looked to me in recent fights that Ramirez is on the back half of his career. So I don't know. I really don't know fully what to expect from this fight because of the timing. Jose Ramirez, when he fought Maurice Hooker, that version of him is definitely formidable and could definitely create problems. The only issue with that is it's been a long time since that particular fight. In fact, I remember the day that fight happened because I was in Baltimore covering Tank versus Ricardo Nunes. So when that fight happened with Hooker and Jose Ramirez was the same night as Tank fighting his mandatory Ricardo Nunes in Baltimore. I know because I had to watch it from my phone in Baltimore, right? So I just remember these things. You could look it up. Those two fights occurred on the same day. And that was before Tank was on pay-per-view. Since, just to give you a perspective off the top of my head, because I am the best in the business and it's not even close. They don't have the mouthpiece like me. They don't got a memory like me. They don't know these boxing facts off the top of the dome like me, right? Get with the program. So I could tell you for a fact, because I lived it, those two fights happened on the same date. And again, that was Tank before he was a pay-per-view attraction. His next fight was pay-per-view against Leo Santa Cruz, right? And then he's never looked back. So that's a pre-pay-per-view in terms of Tank being a headliner pay-per-view. So that just goes to show you that Hooker fight was some time ago. And it was at 140 pounds. This fight is taking place at 144. So ultimately, we will see. Let me know what you guys think. Who are you favoring to win? De La Hoya and others. Mikey Garcia. I think they're putting a lot of faith that Devin Haney might be a compromised or changed fighter because of punishment sustained in the Ryan fight.